These are some of the businesses that we do assist: auto body shops, surface coaters, metal finishers, wood producers, manufacturers, petroleum storage tank facilities, wastewater treatment facilities, so on and so forth. Small local governments, if you're just a city, you're looking at a population less than 50,000 or fewer. If you're a county, you are a customer if you have a population of 100,000 or less. ISDs, 100,000 and less as well. If you need to get help, we have a hotline, a 1-800 hotline number where you can talk to a real live person between the hours of 8 and 5 o'clock. Also, we have a website that has a lot of our tools on the website, and you can navigate through that website either through media type, air, water, waste, or through specific regulations. Also, we do office visits or site visits where we actually come out to your site and assist you. Again, everything's free and confidential. This is just a page of our website. Again, you can search by industry type or by media, air, water, waste. Also, there's 2 programs under our small business and local government assistance section that we also provide to the business community. One is called our C2 program, Compliance Commitment Partnership Program, and that's where, if you sign up for this program, that's where our auditors, we have some auditors that directly work for TCEQ, and they'll come out to your site and do like an audit addressing air, water, and waste issues that your operating facility is subject to. I call it a 2-step program because they first come out and they do like an indoor review of your records and talk to you. Then they go outside and do a walkthrough, and then within 3 to 4 weeks they'll issue you a report with all of your environmental deficiencies. Now, you're not under the gun to correct those deficiencies. If you need help addressing those deficiencies, you can call a compliance specialist that's in your area, and then we will guide you toward compliance confidentially or free, so you're not left alone. Now, once those discrepancies have been corrected, the auditors will come back to your site and make sure that everything's been corrected. And if everything is corrected and you're not in enforcement, matter of fact, you can't even probably undergo this program unless you have resolved any of your enforcement issues. But then you'll be recommended for C2, Compliance Commitment Partnership. And what does that mean? You'll be issued a certificate stating that you are in 100% compliance with the state and federal rules and regulations, signed by the executive director, and that certificate is good for a year. And what it does for you is, in the event that you was targeted for a routine investigation, either by TCEQ or any other local program, they would give you a short certificate and just shake your hand and move on. The only reason why they would have to do a further investigation and they would not honor that certificate is if there was an incident caused, some kind of environmental incident that impact outside of your parameters or your property line. They would still have to come in and do an investigation on that, whether it's air, water, or waste. So other than that, if it's not driven by an environmental incident that impacts outside your property line, they would just shake your hand and move on and not do that routine investigation. So it's something proud to have. It's good for PR purposes. And if you wish to sign up for it, you're not left alone. You've got people like myself that I will provide you guidance toward compliance. So that's a real good program that we offer to our business community. Again, it's free and confidential. The other program under our umbrella is the EnviroMentor Program. And an EnviroMentor is a seasoned professional that has a science background, an engineering background, or even a law background that helps small businesses toward compliance, confidential, and free. The difference between the program, the C2 program, is like a friendly investigator, because that's what an investigator does. They come on to to your site and identify environmental issues that are out of compliance. So the C2 program is like friendly investigators identifying stuff. They're not going to correct it for you, they're just going to point it out. Now the EnviroMentor Program is a program where your environmental issue has been identified, such as, let's suppose you don't have a stormwater permit, or maybe you don't have an air permit, and you need help with that specific task. Well, then we can, number one, help you one-on-one, or if our place of war or if it's out of our line of expertise, we will match you up with an environmentor that has that background, and they will come out and help you or guide you toward meeting compliance with that specific issue. Now, that's confidentially and free, and the only thing about our environmental program, we're looking for true mom and pop operations, those operations that cannot afford a consultant, and also if you have been in business for a while. It's not for businesses that, hey, I need a consultant to help me get a permit and in order to start operating. So if you're a new operation, you cannot use this program. But if you've been in operation for a while and somehow you got investigated, you don't have this stormwater permit, you don't have this air permit, and you are a true mom and pop, meaning that you cannot afford to hire a consultant, we will match you up with an environmental. Environmental programs that honor our C2 program, that will honor that certificate that I told you about earlier, these are some of the programs. The Galveston County Health District, Harris County, I think now they go back to Pollution Control Office, the City of Houston's Public Works Stormwater Program, Doreen Hancock was up earlier, her program honors our C2 certificate, Montgomery County Health Department, Fort Bend, and Missouri County. So, and even EPA. They also honor that C2 certificate. We also have advisory and advocacy groups under our program. We got the Small Business Advisory Committee. That's a committee where small businesses meet like 4 times a year, and they discuss some of the policy and rule changing that their industry is going through. Because a lot of times when we make these rules, we may not have a know what impact that it may have on your industry. But at these meetings, you can come here and communicate with our management and discuss some of the rules and policy changes. Because we try to make harmony with a lot of the rules that we do implement, and a lot of times we don't know what effect it has on you unless you come out and share it. I have a brochure on the Small Business Advisory Committee, and also I have business cards over on the table there. If you want to join this committee or if you want to know more information about it, just call me or pick up a brochure. So, and I also have some stormwater manuals. I only got a few because regarding stormwater, as of August the 14th of this year, when August the 14th comes, your old stormwater permit will expire. So after August the 14th, you need to submit a new notice of intent application. Okay? If you're not gonna need stormwater any longer, you want to make sure that you terminate your stormwater permit by using a notice of termination. And that needs to be submitted. Very, very important that it's submitted between August the 14th and August the 30th. You want to get it in before September 1st so that you won't be charged an annual fee. So if you're thinking about terminating the stormwater permit, make sure you do so between August the 14th and September 1st. After September the 1st, you still may be charged an annual processing fee. Okay, so keep that in mind. Also, we have a compliance advisory panel. That's the representatives of that panel is appointed by the governor, but they advocate for small businesses as well. Some of our information resources is the Advocate. Here is a copy. I think I got a copy of the Advocate. And I bought this particular copy is from January and March of this year. These are some of the policy and new rules changes. And it does discuss industrial stormwater. So that's why I bought that one. And it tells you about the renewal renewing of that new stormwater permit, and the new permit manuals will be available very, very shortly. I don't know if they're out today, but if any of you all need some of the new stormwater permit manual, call me and I'll definitely send you a copy of it. But the Advocate is just good information. It's like an environmental newspaper. And while we're talking about pubs right now, I have another pub on the auto body shops. We have various pubs on some of our industry types that we assist addressing all of the media, the three medias, the air, water, waste for your particular industry. So we do have pubs available. And if anyone is handling waste, also over at the table, we have the industrial and hazardous waste manual, and along with that is another white manual for classifying your waste type. So those manuals are available and probably out in the section. If you think you're subject to waste rules and regulations, you may want to pick up one. SPLGA, this is all we do. We have hotlines, we go through the C2, the environmental program. There's a regional compliance specialist located in one of the 16 regional offices. We have the Advocate as our newspaper. And at this time, I will take questions. Also, right here, let me tell you something. In the Houston area, there's two of us. I'm Cynthia Williams, and my counterpart is Danielle Doss. She's my new compliance specialist counterpart. So, I mean, if y'all have any questions, you can definitely call us. We have a hotline number, and we also have, this here got back over my new presentation at Danielle Doss. But Danielle is at Mac's phone number. So definitely call us if you have any questions, if you're a small business. Are there any questions at this time? Okay, thank you.
All right, we're going to keep this moving. We have one last speaker. This is the guy you need to ask any questions you have to. Roger Haskell is with the Harris County District Attorney's Office. He is the environmental